Is the risk of starting a business worth it? I hear so many people talk about how being a business owner is not worth the risk. People comment on my videos and they say, you're wrong. I've seen so many people go into business, go out of business, go bankrupt, and have to crawl back to their previous job. Is it worth it? Is it worth the stress? Is it worth making less money for a certain period of time until you finally make it and surpass what you were making before? Is it worth it? And today I am going to convince you 100% it's worth it because it has worked for me. It has worked for me. I've seen other people it's worked for. And on my channel, I dedicate my channel to helping out the entrepreneur, helping out somebody find a business, grow their business, scale their business, and hopefully someday sell their business. So if you like that type of content, please hit like and subscribe. But today I'm here to have a battling cry with you of why I believe in entrepreneurship and what led me to this point of stepping out and taking that risk and finding success. Well, when I graduated college, I got a job just like everybody else, right? You know, the option of starting a business out of college is really hard. I knew I potentially wanted to be a business owner someday, but to me, it was more about networking my way to the best job I could get out of college. And that first job, I learned you never get what you deserve. You never get what you deserve. I worked really hard. I was the best person in my department. They brought me in and I kept saying, hey, I want to go to the next level. I want to be in the next position up. What can I do? They gave me a list of things to do. I worked hard on them and I achieved them. And I was expecting that I would get rewarded for that. They brought me in and they said, hey, we're going to give you a small raise, half what I really wanted, that I really asked for. And they said, don't tell anybody about the promotion. They were promoting me. They said, don't tell anybody because you're very young and you're one of the youngest people we've promoted, and we don't want to upset the apple cart. We don't want to make everybody feel small because some people have been here for 10 years and they've never been promoted. So we don't want to make everybody feel small. So we're going to promote you, but we're not going to tell anybody. And I looked at that, and that was the moment that I said, this is probably not a future place for me. If you're not going to reward talent, it doesn't matter the age. If you're not going to reward results and you're not going to tell people, is that really the environment that I want to be in? Is it really a promotion if nobody knows? So I realized you don't get what you deserve in corporate America. It's all a game to keep the masses asleep, keep those people asleep. If somebody gets too loud, it messes up the entire corporation. So remember, you're not going to get what you deserve inside of that company you're working for. The second job, I took a sales job, and I quickly learned, I was there for 3 years, and I quickly learned that the guy at the top, the owner, always wins. The house always wins. You go to Vegas, if you stay there long enough, the Vegas casino will take your money. If you stay there long enough, they'll take your money. People always say you got to know when to get up. When you're winning, you get up and you leave. So many people don't do that and they blow all their money. Same thing at a corporation. The owner, if you're in sales, the owner will always win. They will always get the lion's share of your sale. And they will always be able to, the more sales you bring in, the more profitable their company gets. The more money that comes in. You're always feeding them, and you're not getting what you deserve as a salesman. A portion of what you bring in is always paid to the owner who is sitting there and not selling. So I realized the person at the top is going to win, and that the rules are set up for me to barely make it. And if I don't make it as a salesperson, guess what? They get to keep my sales. They get to keep my revenue. So the game is designed for the house to win. So I said, okay, well, there's people that can make really good money there, $1-2 million a year, great, but the house is going to make $2 to $3 million more. So you could have made $4 to $5 million, but the house is winning. The house is always going to win. If I play this out, there's a glass ceiling. The more I produce, the more the house wins. I can never get bigger than the house. And I realized, okay, I need to shift. So I took a job for a startup kind of newer business, and the owner at that business trusted me to start another business in another department of that company. I don't know why he trusted me. I was in my mid-20s. I think he thought I was 30. He trusted me to do it. And I learned that starting a business appears scarier than it actually is. When I got to start a business with somebody else's money, somebody else's name on it, it helped me think about, okay, we need to do this, this, and this, this. And I started a whole business almost like a simulation. And I realized this is not as hard as everybody says it is. Everybody acts like these business owners that they've uncovered something that's never been covered ever before, and that's not it. It's actually very simple, and it's simple to get revenue coming in. And I was like, oh, this is not as hard as I thought. And then we were around other business owners that were making tons of money, and I realized, when I was out of college, my goal someday was to make $100,000. Quickly learned that that's not that much money at all. Went to the sales job. People were making $1 to $2 million. Wow, that's what I want to do. Then I started getting around business owners that were making 30, 50, 100 million a year. And I said, oh, that's a whole nother level. That is what is possible. And it's only possible if I step out from working a job and become an owner. I already learned how to do it because the guy trusted me to start a business on his behalf. So now I can take what I've learned and strive to have the ultimate freedom, create generational wealth, create a wealth that will surpass what I could do working for somebody else. So why is the risk worth it? I give you those three backgrounds just so you can understand my story, but why is the risk worth it? I have four main reasons that the risk of you starting a business is 100% worth it. Number one, you can always go back. If it doesn't work out, you fail, you can always go back. You can find another job. There's always another job waiting for you. And sometimes, I've seen this in my industry, people go out, they start an insurance agency, it doesn't work, or they sell it after 3 to 4 years, and they go back and they're actually higher valued than the other people that have never started an agency because they can relate now to agency owners because they've been in the chair. So it would even if you fail, it makes you more marketable. Okay, so it's going to be a positive outcome. You can always go back. Number two, failure is better than not trying. You don't want to get to the end of your life. You're sitting in your rocking chair and you have your grandkids around you, and your grandkid says, you know what, I think I want to start a business someday. And you're going to say, I never did it. I never tried. How can you look your grandkids and your kids in the eye and tell them to go after your dreams when you never did it? You never did it. If that's your dream to start a business and you don't go after it, you're always going to be sitting around saying, what if? What if I started? What if I would have done it? What would have occurred? Would I have been successful? Would I have tons of money now? Would I have failed? You don't know because you never tried. Number three, the true freedom is on the other side of starting that business, of going after your dreams. Since I started my business, the money has been way more than I could ever make working for somebody else. The freedom, being able to travel. I think we went on like 6 or 7 vacations last year. Paris, London, Ireland, California, LA, Florida, Vegas. I mean, we just go all over Canada. Went to Canada. So we go all over the place because I have the freedom to do so. That I can work wherever my laptop is. That it doesn't matter. I have the money, the freedom, and the flexibility to travel whenever I want. I don't have to ask anybody for that. The freedom is huge. The freedom on the other side, and the financial freedom, being able to have the money that I really need to survive, that I really need to give back to my community, that I'm able to provide my family with. That's the other side of your dream of becoming a business owner. That's the freedom that you're missing out on because you're not making the jump. You're not taking the risk. Number 4, and this is really the cornerstone. If I could put this on a piece of stone and put it behind me on the freaking wall and look at it every freaking day, it's the most important thing. If you get anything out of this video, it would be, I would rather build my dreams than build somebody else's. I would rather own my company, build my dreams, build my business, scale it, be able to give it to the next generation of my family instead of building somebody else's business, somebody else's dreams, building their income for their family while I am just left with the scraps that they're willing to give me. You see, what I'm saying today is that being a business owner is more than just the money. It's a lifestyle. It's you connecting to that further person that you are. We all have that ideal person in our head that we're really connected to, that really feels like we're doing something. When I'm working in my business and I make a sale and I see revenue coming in, more revenue, that feeling I get that I am doing something that I am 100% meant to do, that I am 100% connected to. I look forward to going to work. I look forward to doing what I'm doing. That is what you're missing out on. You're missing out on that connection. And you're missing out on it because usually it's a fear of failure, a fear of other people's opinions, and the fear that it's just not going to work out or something's going to happen. I don't know, but what I'm going to tell you today is that your fear of missing out on what it could be should be more than the fear of failure, letting people down, other people's opinions, whatever that is. When that fear is higher, the fear of missing out, that's when you'll start your business, and that's when you'll be successful. So if you like today's video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you so much.